Hey guys, it's Sydney here, and in this video, I'm going to be walking you through the Seller.Tools Blacklist, showing you the interface here in Seller.Tools as well as a few ways you can use it in ManyChat. So the first thing I want to cover is what is the blacklist. So we basically built a personal list in your Seller.Tools account that allows you to track bad actors, anybody who has abused your rebates in the past, and basically access this list through the API so that you can prevent them from ever receiving rebates from you again. And you can do this in the background instead of manually managing a Google Sheet or something like that, where you'd have to go back and check pretty frequently whenever you send out a rebate. So what we can do here is we can add in any piece of information to your blacklist that can be used to identify your customer. So some pretty common ones are email or order ID. We also see the first line of their address being useful, as well as the Amazon hashed email that we can pull from their order ID in ManyChat. We'll detail that a little bit more later. But I do want to just cover this interface and show you how you can use this. So we see here some of the entries that have already been added to my blacklist. These are obviously dummy accounts or dummy pieces of information that we're using to identify a user. But how you're going to add your user is using these buttons up here. So add entry is probably going to be your most common one. You'll click this when you have an identified email address or any other piece of information about a customer that you want to use in your blacklist. You can just paste it in any of these fields. Keep in mind only one of these fields is required, so you don't have to have all four of these pieces of information. Ref ID 1 and Ref ID 2 are essentially just blank spaces for you to put in any information about your customer that may not already be built in here. And then notes is for your own personal organization if you want to keep track there. Another way that you can add in people to your blacklist is by the bulk add option. And this is if you already have a pretty built out list, or if you have been running rebates and you've started to track people or manually shared this with people in your community. You can go ahead and paste these all in. Just make sure it's plain text format and that you're pasting in one on each line. Then just click add and these will all be added to your blacklist at once. So the next thing I want to cover is the share function here. So what's really cool about the blacklist and what makes it even more powerful is that you have the ability to collaborate with other Seller.Tools users and actually access each other's blacklists to make this even more powerful in your automations. So you don't even have to be scammed by somebody or identify them on your own to have access to them in your blacklist. You can just type in somebody's email address who has a Seller.Tools account, and you both can share your blacklist with each other. So when you type this in and click invite, keep in mind that will give them access to yours. They will need to go ahead and do the same thing and share that access with you. And once they do, you'll be able to see here who is sharing their blacklist with you. And in the interface here, when you do share, names will show up here as the owner if somebody is sharing their list with you. And then you'll be able to access it through the API in ManyChat without even taking any other steps. Now let's cover how we actually use this in ManyChat. So if you're using any of our rebate templates, you'll notice that we actually already have 3 blacklist checks built into the flow. So we check for the user's ManyChat ID, we check for their rebate email that they submitted, as well as the Amazon hashed email that's associated with their Amazon account. And I'm going to show you really quickly how we get those pieces of information and how we check for them. So these are strategically placed throughout the flow to basically, as soon as we get any information on a customer, we'll remove them from your automation and prevent them from getting a gift card as soon as possible. So right when they come into the flow, we actually, this is the API call for the blacklist check. We actually pull their ManyChat user ID that's unique to each account and each page, but we can just check right off the bat if you have identified them as a user who should not be getting a rebate. And similarly, as soon as they submit their email address, we actually run that email address through your blacklist check as well for whatever they submitted. And then next, for the order verification step, we actually are able to pull from the rebate order ID, whatever they submit, we're able to pull the masked email that is associated with their Amazon order. And this is unique also to every seller account, but you should be able to save that and use it across your account to identify those people, even if they have created new Facebook profiles. So we save that to this custom field and then run it through our blacklist check here and send them messaging if they have been eliminated from this offer. So one additional thing that I wanted to mention that we want to keep in mind is you may already have abuse protection already set up in your gift card request. And just a reminder, we have some more detailed content on this, but abuse protection is this section right here that will essentially prevent people from creating a new gift card with the same order ID. But abuse protection is added to a separate list from the blacklist. This is really aimed at preventing people from getting another rebate for an order ID or any other piece of information that you want to use here. And we'll simply resend their first gift card. But anything that you include in your gift card request will already be prevented from getting another rebate, even without a blacklist check. So that's why we don't include order ID as an actual blacklist check. Keep in mind that the point of the blacklist is to scan for more user-specific information, people that you've identified as bad actors or rebate abusers, and this can be shared across multiple accounts, kicks them out of the flow before they can even get a gift card in the first place. And abuse protection is more aimed at preventing people from getting a gift card twice for the same order ID or for the same user-specific information. So I hope this covers most of your main questions with the blacklist. If you install this just as it is in the template flow, you'll get 3 of the biggest priority spots to check to make sure that somebody is not on your blacklist. And you'll be able to track here and see how many people are on your blacklist. And we really encourage sharing this with trusted partners or people in masterminds or communities. It really bumps up the power of the blacklist and makes it all the more effective. So hopefully this answers your questions and hope you guys have a great day.